Millennials and safe spaces. Hey, Pastor Steve Waldron. What's the deal that millennials have to have so much continuity and conformity of thought they can't take other viewpoints? You know, is it only conservatives that have to understand everybody else's viewpoint and not be so narrow-minded and so locked in? Or can millennials, who so often have a liberal mindset, going back to that Churchillian saying that if you're not a liberal at 20, you have no heart, if you're not a conservative at 30, you have no head, is it only them that can't, to be pro-life, that's horrific, to be for pro-family, that's awful, and you can't even hear a differing viewpoint? What happened? I think I know the answer to that. You know, World War I happened, World War II happened, before that the Spanish-American War, before that the Civil War. You know, after these things you had the Korean conflict, which was a horrible war, China and all this. And then you have Vietnam War. But then recently, we haven't really gone to war, we haven't had conscription, and I thank God we haven't gone to war, let me just say that. I'm very much for peace and for the work of God going into the world. You know, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, so to speak. But I think somehow, with all the pleasure, the food, the copious abundance in grocery stores, that, you know, that maybe some millennials, and it's not all millennials, but maybe some millennials have just gotten to where anytime their viewpoint is challenged, they just have an emotional crisis. And then all the caricatures they paint of the right and of you know, that they're Nazis and Hitler-like and all this, that they end up being totalitarian, they end up screaming. They're the ones that are keying cars. They're the ones that are burning people in effigy and worse and this type of thing. So they have this horrible view, and really maybe that's just projection on that part. So I want to encourage millennials, you know, just, well, be a Christian first of all, the claims of Jesus Christ, that's really everything. But just because I'm a Christian, just like Paul, it doesn't mean I don't understand other viewpoints, and I don't look at other viewpoints. I would just say that Christianity is the truth, but I am not threatened by UFOism. I'm not threatened by beliefs in Santa Claus. I'm not threatened by, you know, people who would be pro-abortion. I'm not threatened by these type things. I would think that it is intensely wrong, like on the abortion thing. I would say it's the killing of a human life is an awful, awful thing. We need to look at the consequences of all of this. But I can have a discussion with somebody without name-calling, without saying Uncle Tom, without saying I'm brainwashed, without invectives. We can just have a conversation. And in the realm of ideas, in the arena of ideas, see where truth lies. So I want to encourage millennials, get to that point. Control your emotions. If somebody disagrees with you, it's not the end of the world. What you thought and what came out of your cranium or the collective consciousness of millennialism and the social media world, it doesn't mean it's true. God bless you. We love you. Live for Jesus.